And OnKey Cosplay is here, guys. And Chandra is here as well. My kid, she did not look like it, but she was very hyped to see it. Tiana.
Tell her I can't wait to see her later.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Again, we're here to talk about cosplay, Black folks in any space, really, and the challenges that might present, or the way we make joy out of challenges. And so, just I'll start with OnKey. You're the host here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm the host.
The host of.
Oh yes, the host.
Literally said it. I'm going on.
Yes, the host for now. Yes, I am the host for the for the convention. I want to say this is like my fourth time here. Is it my third or my fourth? So yes, I'm OnKey Cosplay. So hello everyone. I started cosplaying in 2019. And then, we kind of went into COVID, so then it was like a different kind of vibe, because I had never been to a convention before 2019. So once, we kind of got out of COVID, and then I was able to like meet people, it just kind of blew up my cosplay career. So I just kind of started by just posting pictures online of myself in costumes, and then just kind of went from there. So yeah, it's been a great journey.
What's your first con?
My first convention was BlurredCon.
That's good, but that's easy to get spoiled.
Yes, very spoiled. Because I was like, oh, wait a minute. So yeah, Has anybody been to BlurredCon? No. Oh my God, you gotta go.
Oh, I'm going next
I
year.
haven't been. I know I gotta go.
Yeah, BlurredCon is like homecoming. That's all I can say. It's literally like you come home and everybody is there. Everybody's excited to see you, taking pictures, chilling.
You're not the black poison ivy. You're just poison ivy.
Or just
right.
you're not right. There's no qualifiers of your costume. You're just
Black
Tiana. But yeah, I was Tiana at BlurredCon this year, and that was a lot of fun because it was me, my partner, and then one of my actual followers I had met online, and we had been talking for a while. She's like, yeah, I want to come meet you. So she came down, and she was Mama Odie. So it was a great time.
I love that.
It was a great time. It was a great time.
Chandra, same.
Oh yeah, for me, let's see, I've been in cosplay for 20 years. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. Just know that I'm having my Jubilee next year. I'll just leave it at that. I am old school, so I'm OG on the cosplay realm. I really got into it really took it another step forward again after the pandemic with my daughter, who doesn't like me pointing her out in the audience, but we did a lot of closet cosplays. I had something called Closet Cosplay Fridays, and every Friday I would get a different cosplay and I'd post it on my Facebook, and it would blow up and send it around on Instagram, etc. My first con is going to be Boston Fan Expo. I did not know that there was a BlurredCon pretty much until 2 years ago. I'm now trying to go for 2027, but I've been to like the big ones, like the NYCs, the NYCC, Chicago. I want to go to one where for the first time I feel like it doesn't matter how long you've been in the game, doesn't matter how old you are, your size, your race, that you're really welcome there. Not every con is built like that.
Yeah, I think Dragon Con is the same, like you're saying, as far as like being homecoming. It's very it's DC, so it's like that DMV kind of feel. Like they'll have some go-go music going in there, and so that's one I want to make. I'm Errick Greenlee, aka the Shredder. I have a podcast called the Shredhead Podcast, where I pretend to be the Shredder. I do the voice, and he primarily talks about sports and any other thing he wants to complain about. And I've been cosplaying off and on. I think my first con was Boston Comic Con. I'm sorry, Boston Anime Boston, which is going on right now. So we appreciate you guys being here. But the Anime Boston was my first cosplay. I went as a substitute Shinigami from Bleach. I just had a patch and a polo shirt, and I went in, and I was horrifically underdressed. And really, it was like, oh no, this is you guys' world, okay? Because I grew up watching anime. I was a big fan of Fist of the North Star and a lot of
Robotech.
Yeah, it's coming out of my mouth. But I came down the stairs, my grandmother's stairs with two subtitled anime like they were the 10 Commandments. And so I kind of missed that thing where everybody was saying like, oh, anime wasn't acceptable, because there's nothing like going down and telling all of your 12-year-old friends that a guy punches people until their heads explode on this tape. And that's an easy sell, so I don't understand like when people talk about like, oh, people they made fun of me for anime. They did not. They enjoyed it thoroughly. So yeah, that's kind of where I come from. So maybe a little more privileged as we go on in this conversation than the two of you being just black women in general.
Well, yes, there's that.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into that, but we still want to be a little upbeat and how we do it. So Key, what is your favorite character to cosplay?
Any character that requires little to no effort is my favorite. Ultimately, my favorite character to cosplay is always going to be Gara, because he's my favorite in general. He's like my favorite character of all time. But yes, any cosplay that takes very little to no effort.
So not an easy one.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that was a labor of love for me. Yes, it's a very involved cosplay. I have contacts in, and the makeup, and my hair, and the props, and all the pieces. But yeah, that's my favorite one to do. But any cosplay is very low effort. So like I love doing Spider-Man, Miles Morales,
Love that.
any of those. I can just kind of throw the cosplay. Oh, Luffy's one of my favorites. Just put that on a little scar. I'm good. But yeah, so anything that I don't have to put a lot of effort into, because it's just a lot getting ready. I mean, even this morning was a lot to get ready. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you're so ornate.
Yes. Yes, it's a lot.
Chandra?
You don't want to go?
Oh,
You sure?
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
All right, ladies first then, I guess. Yeah, for me, it would have to be, I don't know how many people have seen Legend. If you know the 1980s film by Ridley Scott. I have done Dark Lily.
Okay.
And built her from scratch, top to bottom. And then we went out to this castle way out in western Massachusetts and did some photography there. And it's now hanging in my house as a homage to my favorite like fantasy character, because we didn't really, again, your generation, we didn't really have representation in the fantasy world. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, big Game of Thrones fan, don't even get me started. And for me, being able to do cosplays, particularly around fantasy characters, especially when there hasn't been that much representation, is the key. And just Dark Lily is she's just gorgeous with her beautiful velvet dress and the rhinestones, and you just flow with nature when you're in that gown. So for me, it's the more ornate, the better. I don't mind a good hoop skirt. I can walk around the street right now in a hoop skirt. Corsets I live in. I go to Ren fairs. Pretty much it's con season, then Ren fair season, then it's building for con season, and then it's building for Ren fair, and it's over and over and over again. So like I live in corsets.
And taking the Ren fair stuff to your cosplay
and
stuff.
taking the Ren fair, vice versa. Yeah.
Elevated.
What about you?
It's funny because well, it's not funny, but you talk about black characters in fantasy, and like we started to see that now with this with the Lord of the Rings series that came out, and folks were up in arms about dark-skinned folks being there, but I'm like, we got dwarves and orcs and
there were 7 realms of men, 7 realms of men, 7 realms of dwarfs, but the idea
no brothers.
But no brothers.
No brothers.
And don't get me
Calrissian is the lone brother in space for a while.
Don't talk to me about Game of Thrones, because then when I tell people like George had decided that he was going to make the Targaryens black, and they freak out, and I go, I wish he had kept that. What a great opportunity that would have been.
Yeah, I mean, Shredder, and then I like to do any kind of mashup, any variation. One of my actual cosplay name would be Handsome Bane was one of them. I used to do. It's another thing in that realm. I had a show called Hiya Handsome, where I did Bane giving relationship advice. Just interpersonal relationship. Don't go to things because you want to. Don't go to things because you want to go to things.
Is that on YouTube? Because I want to see that.
It should be somewhere. It's somewhere on there buried. I think any kind of mashup. So I would do Handsome Bane, Carlton Banks, So
Yeah.
I would have the.
Oh my God.
I would have the
bow tie?
vest. It would be a vest and a bow tie, but it would be like a like a zip up bubble vest or something. A little cup walking around working harder working. So yeah, and then Shredder. Like right now, I'm doing and by the way, 87 Shredder is black. Takes off his helmet. He's voiced by James Avery, obviously, but when he takes off his helmet, he has the George Jefferson creeping in the corners hairline. If you Google that right now, I promise you will see a brother. And so I took that, ran with it, and said, that guy watches the Knicks. That guy does not have time to try and actually kill Ninja Turtles. He's a sports fan. He's got other stuff to complain about. So yeah, Shredder's my guy. And Shredder Bane. So yeah, he's taking these vicious villains and making them like very everyday. That's kind of like my thing. We already got into. Do you always play melanated characters? Like even if it's a character that is not necessarily melanated, is it like, it doesn't come into play all the time?
No, I mean I would say 90% of my characters are Caucasian or white based. And here's the thing, and this is the part that I think is interesting, so I'm gonna throw it out.
Yeah.
But I think as cosplayers of color, Black, Latino, Asian, when we are playing Caucasian characters, we tend to step it up more because I don't have the time to defend being that character. So I take that character up quite a bit. When I do Game of Thrones, so I've done the Red Woman, I've done Sansa Stark, which I actually did with Kit Harington. I actually got to meet him. I take it all the way up. Like really invest in making sure that costume is 100% and no one can question, did I put 100% effort in and do I look like the character? Because I'm never going to be that character, obviously. So I feel the necessity to take it up and present my best, particularly when I'm doing those characters. That's just me.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like I do cosplay a lot of black characters, but it doesn't, like the character itself is where what I care about in terms of like, do I resonate with this character? And then how can I do it I always do it to make it black, which is always I go out of my way. So like when I was at BlurCon, I did Katara. Ooh. And like I just did like a little extra, how can I make this a little bit more black? Oh, let me put bobos in my hair instead of her little things.
Katara is at least Cambodian.
Yeah, she's brown. She's brown of some sort. But like, how can I add the black flair to it? So like I always go out of my way, especially I cosplay all my characters with my locks.
Yes.
So the only thing that I will do is like either curl my hair or wave my hair and then put color, like wax color into it to make it closer to the character. But like I cosplay with my locks, and basically I'm like, whoever the character is, you're gonna get it with locks. So
exactly.
I don't care.
Yeah, I think kind of maybe in defiance, I will paint my characters black. I'll take the whitest guy. So anybody who plays Fatal Fury.
Yes.
I've loved Fatal Fury since I was a child. Terry Bogard is my guy. I will cosplay Terry Bogard. I will wear a yellow do-rag since I don't have long flowing blonde hair. And then I have the Running Wild jacket from the Mark of the Wolves. Or I'll do the red vest. I'll do I'm out there. Okay, bust out wolf. I'll do it all. But yeah, those, so Terry Bogard and Carlton Banks again. So all those guys. But
Wait.
I just prefer
Carlton Banks?
Carlton B-A-N-E.
Yes, but he's black. Well, okay.
Yeah. Carlton Bane.
Yes, gotcha.
There you go. All right. And so yeah, I guess maybe we just
That would be really well received at BlurCon. There's certain things I feel like,
it's
especially
easy too.
yeah.
It's so easy. It's just the mask and then like a sweater vest or something.
And a bow tie.
Yeah. Some things translate better in black spaces. I feel like.
It was funny. Is like a white guy actually picked it out at when I was at Boston. He was like, Carlton Banks. You got it. Yes. So,
like I did a Gara because I was like, this makes sense. Gara and Rusty Shackelford, but Rusty Shackelford. I really did Gara and why am I losing his name? He's my favorite character on King of the Hill. Dale.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this makes sense, right? Like
Dale?
Gara and Dale, because Dale does the pocket sand,
yeah.
and Gara is, the sand ninja. So the only person that I ever got, and I was at a big con, I was at Rhode Island Comic Con, the only person that got it was like a white guy, and I was like, how did you guys not put this together? Like nobody, like I had the cigarette, I had the cap, but then I had like my goard, and I was like, how did nobody put all this together? And I was like, they were blinded. Yes, because yes, I did two fair skin characters together, but I was like, sometimes I'm like, how do you guys miss this? Like, how do you miss
Gara
this?
from the Sahara.
Yeah, Gara from the Sahara. You know what?
There it is. Yeah. No, we did. My daughter did Korra the Explorer one time, so that was fun.
Love that.
All right, so yeah, let's get into it, man. Like, what's the, when you come up against these people who, now some people, again, we talked about the guy who got Carlton, how some people get it. When people don't get it, when people, come out of their mouth wild to you.
It's always online.
It's always online.
It's always
Yeah,
online.
they'll never
It's
see
never
you
in
in
person.
person.
Yeah.
What's the worst? What's the worst you've heard? What's the one that like stuck in your craw?
Oh, so a couple years ago, I went to Boston Fan Expo when the Hobbits were here, so all four of the actors were here, and I did a sign that says "Fantasy is for all," and I took a picture with the four guys, and they're like, "Yeah, of course." Right. So I posted that on Boston Fan Expo, and the level of vitriol that came from saying something as simple as fantasy is for everyone. Oh, well, there are no black people in Lord of the Rings, and that's so woke, and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, y'all are not looking at the fact that I just took a photo with the four guys from the Lord of the Rings. I was like, what is wrong with you? But for me, because I'm an old person. I'm 49 years old, and I live in this body. I've been a black woman all my life. I would simply say that it's just like anything else, right? It's every day. You choose your battles. I would say I'm less concerned about the troll than I am about the fact that, like, we, particularly black women in cosplay, I think we have a harder time trying to get, like, brand deals, winning competitions, being seen. So, like, I have a ton of black cosplayer people that I follow, but they have such small followings, and I'm just like, I don't understand why you're not blowing up, but I see other people with like barely any clothes on, which that would maybe be the answer to it. But then also men with clothes on, with these huge followings, and I'm just kind of like, is there something here where and I was actually speaking to you on email the other day, and I said, I used to follow you. I've been following you forever, okay? Like, I literally look at your stuff and go, I need to do that. How do I do that? Oh my God, how did she do that? And I keep thinking about the fact that when I was growing up, I didn't have anybody like you. I had no one in the cosplay, we're talking 80s, no one in the 80s and 90s who was doing this that looked like me. When I went to cons, I was the only black person at con. I am the only black person at Ren Fairs. By the way, black folk, this is the PSA. Get your butt to Ren Fairs this year, please. Okay? I'm tired of being the only one.
Absolutely.
Well,
Just saying.
listen. If you are in the market for, if you are looking for someone to date.
That's my husband over there, but yes.
Ren Fairs are crazy.
They are.
They are. No,
yes.
It's a bunch of theater kids running around.
It is. It's just theater kids.
It's just theater kids.
King Richard's Fair is a great one. Connecticut Ren Fair is great. There's ones in Maine, New Hampshire, and there's sometimes in Boston. Every seat
And
got
how
one.
are they there? Like, in the same realm of what we're talking about?
I would say, like, the more the time has gone by, it's gotten better. And I definitely would say that people stop you and, like, look at your Ren Fair, your costumes and stuff, and just, oh, this is beautiful. And I don't get any bad reactions. I would simply say it would be nicer to see more of us there. There's a great, I don't know if you guys know them, there's a great all-black gothic alternative band.
Yes, I've seen them.
That actually goes to Ren Fairs and they play Ren Fair music.
I've seen them online.
And I'm like getting them, I'm trying to connect them with the guys at King Richard's Fair right now so that they'll come and perform. We need to see that.
Yeah,
I
mean, well, the whole thing with Black Friday when that came about, that was really, I thought that was a really great movement. To get more black folks out into the fantasy realm. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know about Black Friday, but a few years ago, a woman named Jasmine she just made a tweet. It was just a tweet that started all of this. the second Saturday of May is going to be Black Fae Day, and I want all Black people to just dress up in fantasy costumes and take pictures and post them. So it blew up like really fast, you know. So I just feel like sometimes a movement can just be as simple as a tweet that you know, we are here and that we do these things. It's just that we're not seen.
We're just not seen.
Right.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm here today, and why I'm so happy that you invited us to this, because hopefully more people will see this. Hopefully more people will say it is okay to do this. Have fun. Somebody asked me the other day about, like, am I too old to cosplay? I was like, I went to New York Comic Con, and I kid you not that there was a guy there that was like 75, okay, and he was doing, do you guys know Jurassic Park? He did the, what's his name? Jeff Goldblum. With his open shirt, lying on the floor, life finds a way. And I'm sitting there going,
just of all time.
Exactly. And I said, I gotta be this guy when I'm 75, because
the money.
You got the money.
And then hopefully by that time, you know,
The adult money and adult time and interest. But I always remember there are two parts to cosplay. It's costume, but the most important part in that word is play. Right?
There you go. I lost my place.
Well, you tell us about what's your like favorite place to be when you're doing con, or you're doing cosplay.
I like to record stuff. I like to do like last year I did an ad for this event right down the street from my house. I just like to create. So even if it's audio, I still might just have the helmet on. You know, just to get in the zone. I am actually working on turning the podcast into a sitcom, and I would be like with the helmet, and then I had a Latrell Sprewell shirt. And it was just like, and I think that is actually my picture on here. I'm rubbing my hands together, and I'm wearing a Latrell Sprewell shirt. And
does everybody know who that is? You know what that is? Okay.
I don't know. Y'all know the guy, Coach. He choked.
Ma'am says she doesn't know who that is.
So he used to play for the New York Knicks, but before that he played for the Golden State Warriors. And his coach, PJ Carlesimo, was and it was like with all the power of Oshun, you know, he just took him with this. It was just like, and they're like, oh, let's get him out of here. So yeah, Latrell Sprewell. Hey, see, he knew once soon as he said choke. But yeah, you know, just I just like to play around and be goofy, and you know, I'll get on the ground and do whatever. But it's, you know, within reason. Whatever makes the ancestors high five.
I love it.
So what do you think makes Black Nerddom different from other forms of fandom?
Because we are the originators, so when we do things, we do it. We do it to a degree in which other folks just cannot do. And I think that's what makes it different, and that's what pisses people off the most.
Because we're accurate?
Because not only are we accurate, we take it over the top.
And then we do, and then we'll add some black.
It's 10 toes down. Like, we will be the people on the MBTA, on the T, completely in cosplay and feel 100% confident.
What up, dog?
Yeah, hell
Exactly. Like, literally, just sitting there.
Because who's gonna check me?
Because
We're talking about
exactly.
some guys that I really love, RDC World One, you know, Supreme Dreams, Mark Phillips, and all those guys, where they will make a joke about anything, and they did Anime House, they did Hood Avengers, they did Video Game House, where they're like Mario and Luigi getting ready to square up with the dude from Halo, and it's just like insane what they do, but they know their stuff, and they stay so black. You know what I mean? Like they had Megan Thee Stallion, that they were the first ones to be like, hey. You know, they invited Megan Thee Stallion to come to their con in Houston, which is a slam dunk. She's right there already. But the fact that they have their finger on they're making the road for what it is now, because you know they took the baton and just ran with it off of whatever. You know, they got older brothers and stuff like I did. You know, my big brother, he was the one who showed me. He was the first one to put me onto anime where we're actually speaking Japanese. Like, oh, this is what this actually is, okay. But yeah, in that sense, like my brother was, you know, the blackest black dude I knew, you know. And so for him to be into Star Trek the way he was, for us to be able to code switch and play around with it, like I'll get on the phone with somebody I know, like it says Jean-Luc Picard of the Starship Enterprise, and like the fact that we can do those voices and those things is just like y'all don't know anything. So it's one of my favorite things.
Well, I know we're going to be wrapping up soon, but one question I would have is, what is one thing that cosplay has taught you that you've taken outside of cosplay and into your life?
That's funny. Wow. It's actually the other way around for me. Because everything that I've learned how to do is what I use and apply it to cosplay. So I, by trade, tech, like, so I have my master's in African American Studies. And then I also, by trade, am a writing teacher, so I can teach, English 101. But all of the skills that I have learned along the way is what has helped me become the internet personality that I am. But the funny thing is like, who I am online is actually who I am in real life. But people don't believe that. I don't know why. But yeah, I think it's just overall my personality has been well received by people who get it, and then has served me well in this, because I wouldn't be here sitting in front of everybody talking right now if I didn't use the skills that I already had and leverage that into my cosplay career. So yeah, for me it's the other way around. So.
Yeah, for me it was, I was always a creative person. I would try to write stories and that sort of thing. But it wasn't until I started, I was, as Bane would say, I was long before I wore the mask, and it was just like, it kind of unlocked something where it was like, these are characters, and this is how, like, it helped me to step inside of what that character would actually do by wearing any kind of part of their arrayment, any of their accoutrement. Kind of unlocks that, and so it puts me in that mind better to be like, now what would he say about creeps? And it's like, how would he address a creepy man at a con? And just kind of ran with it there. So what do you
I think both of you I love both of your answers. I don't know if I have anything like that. I would just simply say, I have become the MacGyver of life. So basically, cosplay, anybody who's been to a con knows that something's going to break, something is going to get ruined, you're going to get makeup all over you. And I take that into my life, into my work, into my friendships, my relationships, etc., and say, it is going to break down. How will you handle it? And that's what cosplay has really taught me, is that, you will figure it out and you will make it work. And you stand 10 toes down at all times. Be present. Be real, and be you. And that's what I love what you said, OnKey, about like, it is who you are. It is not this aspirational piece of you. It is exactly who you are, and you're presenting through the cosplay. I love that.
Before we head out, anybody you guys want to shout out? Any, well, yeah, I mean, we can also take quick questions.
Yeah, questions from the audience.
Any questions?
Okay, 2 questions. Where is the blackest Comic Con?
BlurCon.
BlurCon.
BlurCon. That's in DC.
Black Nerd Player.
Yeah.
Yep.
The VIP tickets are already sold out for next
They
year.
sold out the next. I think the next day they were sold out.
What is the name of it again?
BlurCon. So blurred is BLERD. Yeah.
Like Black Nerd, it's a Portland because we just make blurred.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about, are there like any relationships with the gay community? Because I would, suspect that the gay community was kind of, mirroring this,
Well, they're again the originators.
Think house music.
Yes.
Okay.
See,
Yes.
well,
House
this-
music
this-
thing, techno.
Yeah, well, that's all black. That's all black.
And gay too.
Yeah, so.
And very, yeah.
But I think that we kind of forget that a lot of whatever we see as queer culture, especially in America, is all based in black culture.
Mhm.
Like everything is taken out of black culture, and you know they slap a blonde wig on it and call it something different. But all of that, yeah, like there's such a huge population of the LGBTQIA plus community within the cosplay community because of the crossover in the idea of like. And the idea of cosplay, right? The word itself, right? Costume play. So a lot of queer folks do participate in like drag and things like that, and that's also part of that. Yeah, that culture of playing, or that idea of being able to put on something and become a different person. So there's definitely like a lot of crossover between the LGBTQIA community and the cosplay community because of that idea of play. And what we can accomplish and what we can achieve dressed as someone else. So yeah.
The category is Dragon Ball.
Yes.
Period. Right. Period.
I watch Pose a lot.
Yes. Period.
It's
Right.
a great show if you've never seen
Period.
it.
So yeah.
Any other questions?
I guess, well, first of all, congratulations.
Oh, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I just got engaged recently.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Thank you. At BlurCon, actually, on the stage.
I think we met, was it Fan Expo or was it PAX East? Because we met.
I have never been to Fan Expo up here. I've been to Fan Expo in New Orleans. Yeah.
We met before.
Maybe here.
God, I lost my question now. Well, I did want to give a shout out. Another rare space is steampunk.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
so
We're
I
not
have
there.
a friend who does, she writes steampunk literature,
Mhm.
and so she goes to all the, steampunk. So those spaces has a paucity of people of color. Yeah.
And they're a crossover between the Ren Fair and the steampunk,
Yes,
and then the cosplay Comic-Con community, and they're all kind of like crossbred. I 100% agree. I want to say it was a couple years ago, I went to a steampunk festival that was here in Massachusetts, and I don't remember seeing anybody other than me. And I stuck out. I'm accustomed to sticking out. It doesn't bother me at all. But I went to UNH, by the way. I don't know if anybody knows that school, University of New Hampshire. And I went in '99, and there were 10 black women on a campus of 10,000. Just leave it at that. So I can handle myself pretty well. But it would be nice for us to be there. It's the same thing with, I would say, like alternative music. Alternative is crazy. And first off, we created that.
Yeah.
We created that. So why aren't we there? Why are we not producing, everybody's talking about we want to get back to that 1990s sound. We created that. Let's just redo it. Exactly. So it's just us getting into those spaces and then telling our other friends, like, yo, come to the Ren Fair. Come have a turkey leg. Okay? Have a beer. You will love it. You will, and then if there's more of us there, it creates that community that makes it feel even better. And the more of us that go, the more interesting those places get.
Shout out to Jacqueline working at the registration desk.
Yes.
She has done steampunk cosplay here a couple of times.
Yeah. I'd like to shout out Blurred Fest in New Orleans. If anybody ever finds
When is
themselves
that?
June 6th. Yeah. I mean, not that you ever need an excuse to go to New Orleans, right? Like, who needs an excuse to go to New Orleans? But Blurred Fest, yeah, it's a small. We're kind of like we're a one-day con. Like we're pretty much like Comics in Color. But we would love to be a Blurred Con at some point. But I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. But yeah, Blurred Con's its own special thing for sure. But yeah, Blurred Fest is another opportunity to be amongst Black folks and highlight Black people.
Any other questions before we head?
It just occurred to me, in situations where the adaptation or they do a sort of a racial swap, and what comes to mind is Lupin.
Oh,
For the TV
yes.
series, they choose a black actor to play Lupin versus the original comic book. Does that invite the opportunity to sort of say, well, now I have an excuse to actually cosplay as that?
So I want to do Louis from Interview with the Vampire. right? Because now we have a black actor playing Louis. Because I like to play men. I like to gender bend on my cosplays. So I am interested in doing Louis really, really well. I think that does invite some interesting possibilities around that, but it does open up the door. You have to be prepared for the fact that social media comes back and goes, "That's not canon." So what?
No, it's not.
Play.
It's like cosplay.
I think so.
I'm pretending to be somebody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People for like this is something that within the cosplay community, and I was just talking about this with my friend yesterday. It's when you are black and a woman or female presenting, you are already at the bottom rung, right? Like we all know this, right? You're already at the bottom rung of American society because slavery and etc. I don't have to go into all the details. You guys already know that. So when you put your stuff out there on social media, you have to be ready for the retaliation because somebody's going to say something. And I always feel like as a black cosplayer, it is both amazing and frightening to go viral.
Yes.
And that's crazy to say, right? Like it is a great feeling to go viral, but as soon as you do, you are opening the floodgates for any and every troll, racist, whatever you want to call them, to come into your space. And you have to be prepared for what they're going to say because they will say the most disgusting, the most racist thing they could possibly say because you are in the spotlight. So I know many people who have, gone viral, who have a very big following, who have been at the mercy or Tranquil Ashes, who's a plus size black woman, right?
Yep.
Who did a Katara cosplay and it went viral because I want to say Nickelodeon might have shared it or something. And the way that people just attacked her. So and that's a very serious problem within the black cosplay community, especially because black mental health, right?
Yes.
So we know as black folks, there's not a priority for black mental health. So just know that in general, right? And then add this extra layer of cosplay, and then add this extra layer of social media, and then add this extra layer of being black, and then add this extra layer of being a woman. You have the perfect storm to create issues where folks are harming themselves or literally like killing themselves over the fact that people have said these things.
We lost someone this year.
Yeah.
We lost a young teenage girl.
Well, I'm sorry. They were non-binary.
Non-binary. My
but yeah, so they were female presenting.
Yep.
But yeah, they took their life over.
Add that layer.
Yeah, and then add another layer, right?
Layer.
So it's just all this piling means that you have to have a thicker skin when you are on social media because people will, but that doesn't make it right.
But it's also our responsibility, and as an OG, because this is
Right.
where I come in, is when I see that behavior, I don't let trolls off the hook.
No.
So if I see them attacking someone, I will attack back.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, I know where you work. Are you sure you want to?"
Yeah, do you really want to do that?
Those type of things. We as a community in cosplay, whether we be black or whatever, everybody's responsibility is to keep that community safe for everyone there. So when you see it, no matter where you stand, your job should be not to attack that person. It is to attack the troll, because the troll is only.
It's nasty that gets the engagement of.
Exactly.
So it's just like, ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something.
Yeah.
So, in light of this, have you all ever thought about having some type of, or creating some type of a council?
That's just what I did. That's just what I did, and it is extremely difficult. And like the Black Cosplay Coalition. Have y'all heard of that?
I have, only recently.
Yes. So that's exactly what I tried to do, and I'm getting. It's very hard to get. It is very hard, even in 2026, knowing all of the past civil rights acts and civil rights movements. It is very difficult to get people to participate, and especially con owners to participate in things like a Black Con Coalition, to create a space in which we can then say, oh, we see this happening and we need to put a stop to it, right? So I've tried to do the work, and I'm going to continue to try to do that. But it's very difficult when you're not getting the assistance that you need from the con owners. owners
Yeah.
to then participate. Like and then that's why I did it to begin with, because everything kind of started with Ash, and that was the person who recently passed due to the bullying that was happening. But my whole thing was, con owners have taken up this responsibility as a con owner to create a safe space for Black folks. So that means that you are taking up that responsibility to continue, even outside of the convention, even outside of your convention time, even outside of that, to make sure that Black folks have a place and realize that there are other people there to help. So I will, like I said, I'll continue the work, but there's only I'm not even a con owner, but there's only so much I can do.
Right.
I don't really expect too much from the con owners because they're trying to make money.
Right, that too.
But
there
what affects
are
their
so
money?
many like Black psychiatrists,
Yeah.
psychologists,
Yep.
sociologists.
That was
could
my
turn
thing.
to,
Yeah.
Could maybe form some type of a council.
That was my thing,
where
was
they
to,
could
yeah.
monitor.
Yeah. That was my whole thing. It was
And
like
of
to bring
course,
it.
if you
Yeah.
also get some good attorneys.
And that's
who can
usually
threaten
what
to
happens
sue
Yes,
when something
yeah.
like that,
then
when there's
that shuts
harassment.
it down.
Right. Yeah.
Because they don't want to lose money.
Right.
Yeah.
And you would think, because their bottom line, right, as con
Yeah.
owners, is the money, right? It's always the bottom line.
And, you'll have a big chunk of people turn away, like if something like that is happening. Like, cosplayers are very protective of other cosplayers most of the time. It's often like those people who don't do anything, who have no idea how to create anything.
Yep.
They criticize everything.
Yep.
They pick the low hanging fruit. They're not very creative or smart, and so they come out of their mouth and say wild stuff, and then it's like on the back end, those cons have to come and say, no, we don't condone that, and it's just like, you have to make it a lot more obvious from jump, and they're finding that out now.
Yeah.
Adding it to your rules, because I was
Yeah.
use Boston Fan Expo as a great example of this. So last year, last year they had, what's the name of that HBO animated series that everybody likes so much? The
Invincible?
No, it's there's a character that is, how shall I put this? They decide to do blackface. They basically, so the character is black, like the complete, and then I say black, not black as in black African American, as in
Black.
onyx,
Yeah.
this color. But this person decided to take it up a notch. I'm not going to get into how it was done, but I'll just simply put that Boston Fan Expo had been we had spoken to them about this before. Like, we need to have rules in the Comic-Con. Like, there are certain things that are acceptable and certain things that are not acceptable.
right.
So as a cosplayer walking the thing and seeing that, it ruins your whole day. Because I'm like,
It really does.
what am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to say something to this person?
Yeah. That you're in blackface, literal blackface.
It's literal, and
Yeah.
it was well.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah,
Right? Because I can't be alone on that.
Yeah.
Because there's how many thousands of people.
Right.
Right.
But that harassment, like to me, it's sometimes not enough is done on the front end.
Yes.
Like you're not supposed to be putting out fires. You're supposed to be preventing the fires.
Exactly.
Right?
And we could do that with some rules.
Right.
Yes.
But folks are too scared to say what's actually happening or to really address it before it happens. It's always reactionary versus preventative.
Right.
So even as a Black Con Coalition, but yeah, even with the Black Con Coalition, it's like I saw somebody was like, they were posting all these videos, like a Black woman was posting all these videos where they were like, I'm struggling, like I'm having a hard time. So I'm reaching out, and this shouldn't be this way, but I'm reaching out to all these different con owners, like, hey, we need to what can we do to get this, to make sure that they're not harming themselves, or because I'm only one person, like I can't do everything.
I think
But yeah.
if they had received a couple of letters from some attorneys,
Yeah,
then maybe that would have shut it down.
yeah.
Get that shaken.
Yeah, but yeah, it's really hard to be a Black cosplayer. I mean, it's hard to just be Black in general. Let's start there.
Yeah.
But then to say, oh yeah, I want to put on costumes and
Anytime you volunteer to go into a smaller space,
Yeah.
It's gonna get-
out of here.
yeah, you don't belong. Or this. Yeah,
So as I
but
tell my kid, who's sitting in the audience, is that there is not a place on the face of the planet
yeah,
you do not belong. And if you don't see yourself, put yourself there.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And that's the way that we need to go about cosplay. As people who've been in the game for a long time, that is the one thing that I love seeing and appreciating is every day watching it grow more diverse, watching us really take over and really have a space and a voice in cosplay. So keep doing what you're doing. I'm so proud of all of you.
Anybody we want to shout out before we get out of here? I
Gosh.
saw you did some other creators to go to.
Blurfest, follow Blurfest, please.
Can you make it bigger so more of us can go?
Yeah.
What, Blurfest?
Well, Blurfest, BlurCon, make them bigger.
I mean, BlurCon is huge.
BlurCon.
BlurCon is now 4 days. So yeah, BlurCon is huge. That's in DC.
DC.
Yeah. So it's huge. BlurCon is
So
4
is it
days.
the same people from DC who are going down to New Orleans?
I wish more people would come down to New Orleans. I wish that was the case, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I come up from New Orleans to go to BlurCon. I've been going to BlurCon since 2019, so I'm always going to go to BlurCon.
Oh, can I shout out that we should follow?
Oh,
cosplay?
yeah.
That's actually, if you want to really do something, is follow us.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook.
I'm more active on Facebook.
Yeah, and
but,
I'm active on Instagram. So.
Yeah, OnKey Cosplay.
And I'm Lady Questfire. They didn't say it up there, but I'm
Yeah.
Lady Questfire.
But yes, just be forewarned. That's the thing. Like even with the whole bullies on trolls, and all that, I'm a bully. You can't bully a bully. That's why That's why everybody's be upset with me because I'm like I bully trolls. I bully people who come into my space on bull because I know what you're here for. So you can't bully me because I am a bully. So that's how I operate within the space within my own space, I should say.
What's in the box?
Oh,
What's in the box?
I also want to
Shout out people.
I want to
on
shout out
the
some
box.
people real
Yeah.
quick. Unfriendly Blurred Hottie was on her way here, but they're snatching people up in Atlanta at the airports. So
Yeah.
we did not want to place my friend in any danger.
Yeah.
So we will catch her on the next go round. Also, Mawizi, a Filipino cosplayer. She's gotten contracts from like Revlon and like crossovers with Marvel. So if you see Maweezy, she's a nurse. Unfriendly Blurred Hottie Aubrey, she's a firefighter. She posts thirst traps, and then like everything on her story after that is black, politics. So she reels you in with
And then
the and then it's
cosplay's
like,
just the hook.
you need to learn.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
she chops into you, so she's really fun. And despite the term unfriendly, she's very fun. She will welcome you guys with open arms.
I'm friendly but unfriendly as well.
Yeah.
I'm friendly. Tranquil Ashes, I'll shout her out since I shouted her out before. Yeah, and just when you see black cosplayers, just give them a follow. Just give them a follow. Like
All right.
it's that simple.
Are there
Sometimes.
any Afrocentric, relating to African culture and African?
I should have came in my
Gay
Dora
cheese.
Milaje. I should have came in my Dora Milaje.
You want to know about cons? Or?
Like cons? Oh, Afrocentric cons?
I only know I don't know
Afrofest,
any.
but I don't know anyone that's like cosplay
Yeah.
specific. I don't think so.
I don't know any. Yeah, I don't know any Afro. I mean, there's like Afro Comic Con, but I don't think that they're Afro centered.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, what most cosplayers do is like bring that to the cosplay.
Yeah.
So I think I've seen more of that happening after Black Panther.
Yeah, like Dora
So,
Milaje.
Mashing it up,
yeah.
or like Sailor Moon
Sailor
with Kente
Kente
We
Cloth.
need to do that
Yeah,
together.
Cindy
Yeah.
Ew.
So when I know,
holding it down.
yeah.
A lot of individuals holding
yeah,
that.
or
that
doing
that-
Avatar
Yes.
with Kente Cloth. So like if I know what it is and I can bring it into my cosplay, like I could have done something more Afrocentric with my cosplay. I just was like, I mean I have locks, I'm black, but I don't know of any Afrocentric conventions.
Yeah, I'm currently
comic
showing
conventions.
of Harlem right now. So.
I love it.
Okay, there are cookies in here.
There's
Actually, cookies in here. No,
I was waiting for my Starbucks kit. Oh my god.
it's really cookies. It does exist.
I think that's the first time I've ever opened
The
that
people
box.
are
and there
actually
cookies
shocked.
in
I
it.
said, the results may shock you.
All right. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.